Hello, and today we are going to be cooking scrambled eggs with Aisha. So Aisha, what do you need for scrambled eggs?
Okay, you need eggs. The quantity depends on you, what you want, how many you want. You need eggs, you need milk, you need butter, you need a pinch of salt and a pinch of black pepper.
So if I was having a slice of toast underneath my scrambled eggs, how many eggs would I need?
2.
Okay, so 2 eggs per slice of toast.
Yes.
That's a good measuring. So what's our first step, Aisha?
First step is you take the eggs. This is 1 large or 1 medium egg.
So we're going to demonstrate it with 1 egg so you can see the steps.
Yeah, obviously. Crack the egg open.
So Aisha used a fork, but you can use anything. You might use the back end of a knife to crack her egg open, and then she's going to gently tip it into the bowl. And if you use something to crack your egg with rather than doing it on the side of the bowl, you're less likely to get shell in your eggs.
Yes.
Okay?
Just wipe my hands. Okay, first I'm gonna beat the eggs maybe a few seconds just to mix the yolk and the white together.
So Aisha's just doing a sort of an up and down movement through the liquid and out of the liquid. And it's changing colour from the yellow and the white separate, and it's all going together. Does it feel any different as you move it, Aisha?
Yeah, because you know that it's mixed because it becomes lighter.
But how does it feel in your hand?
It's light.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
It feels like a whole thing rather than
runny.
coming across the lump and then the lighter bit. Okay.
So I'm gonna put I don't measure the milk. I'm just gonna put a little bit. I don't know how to do well.
So the very precise measurement of a dash of milk.
A dash of milk. Yeah.
This is just to help it be a little bit more creamier, and it also helps it go further.
So I'm gonna put a dash of milk. That's it.
So if you're using 2 eggs, 2 dashes.
Yes. And then I'll just put some.
So she's just going for a teaspoon so she can pop in her pinch of salt.
So just a little bit, like that.
Yep. And the salt and pepper is optional.
Optional, yeah.
You don't have to pop it in, or you can put more or less in depending on how you like your scrambled eggs.
Yeah. So that's the salt and pepper gone in now.
And then I think Aisha's about to stir again as she did before. Just sort of mix for a couple of 10 or 20 seconds until it's all together.
Yeah, that's done.
Okay,
so
and we're going to move over to the hob now. So we have moved over to the hob, and this is where you need what sort of a medium heat, a high heat, or a low heat?
Medium heat.
So just a medium heat. We have got a gas hob, so Aisha's going to play with fire. Just be a little bit careful when you do that. Yeah. And with the gas hob, you have to hold it in for a little bit to make sure that it stays on.
And then I'm turning it now to medium heat.
So if you've got a dial, it should be about halfway from on to off should be your medium.
And a knob of butter.
Again, some lovely precise measurements. So just enough butter that you can melt it in the bottom of the pan.
Yeah.
And again,
So
this is all
egg doesn't stick.
So the egg doesn't stick, it's all eye. The more you do this, the more you'll be able to do it.
Yeah, that's it. Knob of butter there.
Okay, so that was pan on first, then pop the butter in. And Aisha's just tilting the pan and letting the butter go all the way over it. If you wanted to use a spoon to move it around, you could, and then that would help you know if it's all melted or not, because you'll be able to feel it disappearing. And we're just swooshing it around, waiting for it to melt. Making sure the whole of the bottom of the pan is covered. And feel free to do a little bit of an extra whisk of your eggs just to make sure that everything's all mixed and nothing's separated.
Yeah. So now I'm going to put the eggs in.
And you can just about hear the pan starting to sizzle now because the butter's all molten.
And then I'll put the eggs in now.
So we've poured in the egg mixture, making sure to get the last little bits out with the fork. We're going to pop that in the sink. So you've got a little bit of time whilst this is happening. You can move around. You don't have to quickly go to your spoon.
Yeah, and then just
So Aisha's using a wooden spoon now, and she's just stirring it around nice and gently, not too firmly. You can sort of hear it sizzling as the wet liquids come in contact with the pan again. And just keep moving it around.
I'm separating it. Wow.
So yeah, just separating up the lumps. And it's sizzling a lot more now.
Starting to cook.
Starting to cook.
That's it.
And that's it. Aisha probably can tell you she feels that it's not, it's separate rather than all together now, so she knows it's cooked enough.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. That's it.
brilliant. And then turn the hob off.
Hob off now.
So if you're cooking more than one egg, it would take longer to cook.
Yeah.
So just, if you're having it on toast, you have to think about your timings a little bit, but if you want to start off on bread, nice and easy.